A woman should know that her children will leave her home.
That's a
and
woman,
what subsists in her home may not subsist outside there.
That is a woman that has intelligence. A woman that wants. She doesn't. A woman that wants the home of her child to succeed.
Yes, she does. From the look of it, she doesn't.
Good.
Because
that's
the man,
why I apportioned the blame in the first instance to him.
Because the man did not play his
and
own
even
role.
the man also, I said, has a portion of the blame. The man has failed in his responsibility.
So where do we go from here? Welcome to another exciting episode of Insight with Agatha, where you get to share a problem with Auntie Agatha. As usual, my name remains Agatha, while
I am Moji Alaiya. Welcome to this episode. It promises to be an exciting one.
So let's quickly go on a short break. When we come back, we unveil our guest and the topic for today's discussion. Welcome back from that short break. Moji, who is our mystery guest?
Well,
and what problem are we sharing on today's episode?
Our guest, drum roll. But before I talk about the guest, before I talk about this guest, let me first talk about the issue at hand. This young lady wrote to us. She said her marriage is 2 years old, but she's already fed up with it, that she's not enjoying it at all. It seems as if I'm living with a total stranger, she said. His ways are totally different from mine. That she's referring to the husband. Although we have a 6-month-old baby boy, I don't think I can cope anymore. He doesn't see anything wrong in waking me up very early in the morning to prepare his breakfast or strewing the place with his clothes. He also messes up the bathroom and expects me to clean after him. Although we have a maid who helps around the house, he insists his food, our bedroom and conveniences are my responsibilities, forgetting that I also have to go to work just like him. I have tried to get him to reason with me that the essence of paying the house help is for her to do all the work in the house. Of what use is her presence in the house if I'm the one washing her bathroom and making the bed early in the morning before leaving for work? Why should I be the one to cook his meals when she can conveniently do the job? If you ask me, now go ask. She's asking these questions, but who me I won't ask now? Okay. She said that beyond, make I come switch to my pidgin. She said that beyond carrying the baby, the man does a carry, now baby, now they carry. You know they do any other work for inside house. She said, when she even reports to her friends, a lot of them says, their own husband, they work, they share the housework. That even when our best friend say, our own husband though, they give am breakfast in bed. She said she tried to change the man, but the man no gree. He accused of her of being disrespectful, of being spoiled, and all that. She now says she kukuma report to her mama. Now her mama land for their matrimonial home. Come warn the man. Say he no send the pikin go school. Make him come dey inside husband house. They do house help for man. This lady continued to say, at least her own papa helps the mother in the house. In short and in fact, the papa self, they wash her mama clothes. dey cook meals for her. And that the man is happy doing it while the mother takes her rest. Huh? Don't we all wish for this?
I want to be a kept woman too.
It doesn't make, she said, that's what the father used to do. So she said she wants her help, because after her mother came to talk to her husband, tongue lash her husband, that is the word that she used, because she complained to the man. The husband can't kuma refuse. You know, so the man they carry baby before, he can't kuma refuse not to do any other thing for inside house. Yeah, you say, they do, but he can't say, okay, shebi you want make housemaid they give me food. Oh yeah, now, make the housemaid they give me food. Make the housemaid they enter our bedroom, they go help us clean our bedroom. So he said, since the incident with her mom, the man stopped talking to her, and that right now she is confused at his reaction to her mother's visit, and she does not know what she should do. So her name is Tinuke. What do we have to say to Tinuke?
Our guest, introduce our guest.
Hey, our guest is a media personality, a pastor, a wonderful husband, and a great father. And he's the CEO of Tamewa Foods Limited, Mr. Abayomi Sunkanmi. Sir, you are welcome to the program.
It's a pleasure being on the program.
Sunkanmi, welcome. Incidentally, Sunkanmi was part of Share a Problem in Daily Independent. He worked for the success of that column. So it's like a welcome back home.
Thank you very
Sunkanmi.
much. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wonderful having you here.
It's good to be on the program today.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Sunkanmi,
Yeah.
as a father, if this girl were your daughter, what will you tell her?
It's a very funny thing, and really in the first instance, I wouldn't allow my wife to meddle in the affair of the family. Because truly marriage is for matured minds and not for children.
Neonatals.
Not for children. Because the mother coming in or the wife discussing with the mother about the happenings in the home is an infringement on the privacy of that home. And for the mother in her wisdom to feel she could override the decision of the husband in his own house, I think it's something that is funny. And it's something that I may want to advise mothers here, that they should be careful in meddling
in the affairs of
their children.
Of the children.
Because they have their own life to live. All you needed to do should have been done while they were with you.
Abi?
Yes.
I see a lot of
They brought the woman back.
attitudinal problems in what's transpired here. Because under normal circumstances, marriage is between two people.
Now three.
The husband and the wife. And the two of them are supposed to, they would definitely have issues. And within them, they're supposed to resolve it. Not bring in a third party to come and help resolve the challenge. So if I were in the position, if the, do I call her applicant now? What do I call her?
No,
the complainant were to be my child, I would have advised her otherwise. The husband is the head of the home. And whatever the husband, from what she read, he has not asked for too much. He has not asked for too much. Prepare my food. Take care of the innermost part of our home.
Our personal space.
So what else does she want? Most women will have jumped at that.
Do you think the mother is the problem of this girl?
The mother, you see, in training children, we need to train them for what they are to face in the future.
Do you think the mother is the problem in this relationship?
Not only the mother, but if we are to apportion blames,
Okay.
I think the mother has a major part to play.
Okay.
Because while nurturing your child, you're supposed to have imbibed her with certain values, which in this instance are missing. Because how could your child report her husband, and the next thing you want to do is to come home to latch the husband?
But her own husband appears to be a henpecked husband.
Because if you are going to actually apportion blame, I think the first blame should be to the father of that lady.
Child.
The father is the head of the home. Why? How did he tolerate his wife to become like that and to train his daughter that way? And then when there is even a problem in the family,
that is the woman came, not the man. The man did not summon
sorry, if I may come in this instance. Everybody in the family has a role to play.
Go ahead.
You see, in a relationship, or let me say in a family, there are what we call the social values, there are the emotional values, there are the economic values and the biological value.
Okay.
Most of the time, the social values are handled by the woman, and the emotional values are taken care by the woman. The economic and the biological values are handled by the man.
By the father.
You understand? The man, most times, when you look at the nature of men, most times they are not at home. They go out and the responsibility lies on the woman to train the child in the way the child becomes.
What made you?
I beg to
hold on.
I differ.
Hold on. In Nigerian homes, and let me tribalize it a little bit. In the contemporary Yoruba home,
okay,
the woman is responsible for the home front.
Like
in most cases, the man's responsibility is for security, economy, and the other external issues.
But when the child has problem,
hold on. The man also has a responsibility.
You now say,
I am not saying the man is not to be apportioned blame in this instance.
Because her father is now a role model.
Hold on now.
Okay.
Hold on. I quite like the dimension we're taking it. You see, the man in this context, from the statements of this lady, the man in the context, I don't want to use a vile language. The man doesn't seem to be totally in charge.
Good.
I must confess to you.
Good. Now,
it doesn't seem to be totally
we are looking at the origin of the
origin of the problem.
Because if the man were to be home and is the one preparing the meal, taking it to the woman, you understand? Washing the clothes of the mother, then what example are you trying to show? Are you getting what I'm saying? But even despite that, a woman should know that her children will leave her home. And what subsists in her home may not subsist outside there.
That is a woman that has intelligence. A woman that wants... She doesn't. A woman that wants the home of her child to succeed.
Yes. She does. From the look of it, she doesn't.
Good.
Because
that's the man, why I apportioned the blame in the first instance to him.
Because the man did not play his
own
role.
And even the man also, I said, has a portion of the blame. The man has failed in his responsibility.
So where do we go from here?
You see, Yoruba adage has it that when you train a child trains himself. Him or herself. You understand? The child knows the culture.
A culture she
was not trained.
A culture that was not inculcated in her by her mother.
Continue.
And a culture that she didn't grow up with. She saw a henpecked father being controlled by a domineering mother.
Is he saying that is the only marriage that she saw growing up?
That is the example
No, that was what she
follow.
grew up with. But in the society, like the Yoruba will say, it is only one woman that gives birth to a child, but the community trains the child.
In our own time.
Yeah, in our own time.
Good.
So this particular child, this particular lady, is supposed to have gathered experience. You see, let me even come to this. You see, when you want to go into marriage, I said one thing at the beginning, that marriage is not for kids. Not for children. And I wouldn't know her religion. Because the truth of the matter is, if, as a Christian, if you want to go into marriage, there's what they call counseling in the church. All this nitty-gritty will have been taught. That is what we are saying. But most people don't even, they discountenance it.
Good.
When they even go there, they don't listen. What interests them is that marriage. You don't go into marriage half-baked. You go into marriage with full consent of the responsibilities attached to marriage.
Can I come in, sir? Can I come in, sir?
Yes,
ma'am. Yeah, a community trains a child, but you know, I believe in the fact that the man is the head of the home, of the family, and the man has a lot. Most times, I think this should be a wake-up call for men. Most times, you know, men have this idea that okay, the woman is the one at home, so the woman should be given that responsibility of training up a child. And it is not. The training of a child doesn't really rest. In fact, a lot of it rests on the man. And another thing, when you talk of training up a girl child, I want to say categorically that a lot of it, it depends on the man. We just think that the mother will teach her how to cook, the mother will teach her how to do this, how to do that. But it is beyond that. It is the father that will show her how to behave in a man's house. And that is why we are having this particular issue. It's not just for this girl alone. A lot of this new generation of women, when they talk, in fact, there was a house I visited, and I know, I said, where's your husband? She told me she's supposed to be my baby, but she told me she is in the kitchen cooking, and she said it. She said it with all, that the man is in the kitchen cooking. I had to call this girl to advise her.
Wait.
Let me just finish, ma. I had to call her to advise her that, see, you are my girl. I take you like a daughter. That is why, as you have said, you saying this, I take it like you are just trying to show me that your husband is caring for you. But any other, if it is your mother-in-law that comes in, knocks on the door, and you ask about her son, and you tell her that her son is in the kitchen cooking for you, she will not be happy with you. I just called her and I now advise her that you don't do that. So
let me give you a practical
train
example.
Our children.
When I was younger, love. My husband was in the kitchen helping me to cook rice.
Okay.
I was watching film in the living room.
Okay.
When I heard the knock, who is that? Eminio, that Emini sent me flying to the kitchen. Because I know if she meets her son
inside the kitchen,
that day the marriage is over. The son now went to the living room. When she came, she was looking at her son. Báwo ni oru ṣe mú ẹ báyìí nínú AC?
She now said,
no, pé òun wo TV. Agatha dàbí ẹni tó jẹ́ pé ó jókòó sí iwájú TV látàárọ̀. That is her perception. You understand? She didn't see me in the kitchen. So you can imagine if she had seen me
just sitting down, really, and then her son
inside. They will
inside
pack my things out.
So the audience is on men.
The men.
Men.
When I was growing up, my father played a very important role in my life.
Yes.
He sat me down, taught me the things a man expected from a woman. He will take me out. Let us go out. Agatha, do not talk back to your husband no matter how angry you are. When you get to your room where there is no audience, you can talk back to him. You can tell him what you want to tell him. But when you come out, even if he shouts at you, you understand? In the presence of people, Kofi Kpara, that is why he's the head of the home.
Thank you for this. I want to tell you something. While acknowledging all you have said,
Okay.
we need to bring everything to perspectives.
Okay.
Really. You see, in the present contemporary
Society
that we are, the men are so consumed with provision, providing for the home. And in most cases, this duty is reposed in the hand of the women folk. But that does not mean there should be total abdication.
It's
of
the
this
application that we are bothered about.
Yes.
No, in this particular instance, yes, the man did not play the role at home. But that does not mean the man has not actually spoken to the lady to correct some of her ill behaviors. But another thing is the kind of characters that we have today. There's a lot of issues going on. I'm sorry. There are a lot of issues going on today. There is this issue of women's lib that people are shouting all over. You want to correct your child. You want to tell your child what is sustainable. But basically what you get from it is, no, you are making the child to be a slave in the home. And these are things that we should frown at in our society.
Okay.
Because in any relationship, even according to what God ordained, a man shall leave his home and cleave on to his wife. And the two shall become one. One flesh. It is not that the woman will go to the man will come to the woman. And they will become one. And that was the plan and purpose of God for marriage. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, if that happened, and what is the role of a woman in marriage according to God? She's a helpmate. She's supposed to complement whatever thing that the man does. If the man provides adequately for the home, what else? What excuse has the woman not to have that moral standing in the home where everything will be perceived to be handled by her? I'm talking about the home front. Because the truth is, men work.
Women work.
Women work too.
Hold on now. I expect that reaction.
Women work too.
I expect that reaction from you.
You know,
But this is an agreement that must come in the family. And these are all the things that are taught even at the marriage counseling section. What decision do you take in the church? What decision do you take if you want to go into marriage? Are both of you going to be working? Who will take care of the child, of the children? These are facts that must be ironed out even before the marriage is consummated.
So what do we tell this girl now?
Number one, this girl did not know what God has done for her. In the first instance, the husband telling her, I want you to take care of my food. I want you to take care of my privacy, has a lot of meaning. Other men will have allowed it. I wouldn't know the kind of lady, the kind of house help they have. If I wouldn't know the kind of house help she has. You understand? But the truth is she's lucky that she has a man that is faithful to her. And I want to say something here, that this lady needs to reorientate herself.
Okay.
Marriage is about compromise. Marriage is about give and take. And in any marriage, there is usually what we call hierarchy. And the man is the head of the home, as sanctioned by God. So it is what your man wants that you do with him. If your man wants to, at the end of the day, there was a compromise. But the compromise came in a different dimension. The man now, okay, you want the house help to be doing whatever.
To enter
you want
my
the house help
room.
to cook my food. No problem.
Now.
The worst that will happen is I will eat when I'm coming back from work. When I get home, it is the food of the house help. Don't bother. And I'll go and sleep.
That's one compromise. Or he may now decide to replace the wife with the house.
I don't want to delve into that. That one is delicate to talk about. But in this instance, the man will develop a lot of compromise.
Yes, sir.
But he doesn't even play with the child again. Something is amiss. And this woman needs to quickly caution herself and retrace her steps, so that she can still hold on to her man. There are a lot of hawks out there that will take the man from her and will do exactly what the man wants. So I just want, but having said all of this, also, I feel the man also must tempo down. The man must tempo down. Because in a relationship, whether you are the head or not, you must listen to what other partners are saying. So whatever the wife is saying, I see communication as lacking in this relationship.
Oh, good.
If the two of them were communicating, this is an issue they would have resolved in the bedroom. And there wouldn't be any hitches about it. But they were not, both they were not matured for this marriage. And they did not observe the tenets of marriage. And what they were taught, if they were at all, at marriage counseling, were not placed in practice.
Going forward, do you have any questions?
Yeah. I want to talk about the father. You know, when there's an adage that says,
you are so interested in
because one year there's a Yoruba adage that says agba ki n wa lọ́jà kórè ọmọ tuntun kó wọ́. You know, I'm telling you, and we are not, society is not looking at the role of the fathers in some of these situations, in the behavior of their children, also in the issues
Mind
that comes.
Is a joint ticket.
I know, but you know, a lot of times we have given fathers that this and that. Is the father, the man is not always at home. Let me say something. The girl child looks up to her father. The girl child,
she's more in love with her father than her mother. When I was younger, I listened more to my father than my mother.
Can I ask a question?
Please go ahead.
Was your father usually around?
He goes to work, he comes back.
For how many hours of the day?
Like any other person, he goes, he comes back in the evening.
What about your mother?
My mother too was a teacher.
She comes back on time.
She comes back on time.
Thank you.
And, excuse me, what my father used to do is to look at my mother's countenance, look at me because I was the heady one. And he will laugh. Where you and your partner,
you have started again.
You have started your war. He will take his wife into the room so that she can report me very, very well. And then he won't say anything. So I said, let's go out. And when we go out, he will listen to me, laugh, and I tell me, babe, do you know that woman is your mother? She's my wife. She's the reason you are my daughter. If you hurt her, you are hurting me.
That's a good man.
So just to continue with what you're saying,
when he does that,
you need to clap for him.
That is it.
He makes me feel very guilty. Yeah. Mommy, I'm sorry. My mother will look at this. That's
how to say it.
Sorry. And I know that is to give me backhand. Because of my father,
you won't.
I will say sorry properly. Even though I am still angry. For reasons best known to me. The men of this generation, they think money is everything. This girl in question, the father allowed the mother to get away with every ill-mannered behavior, which is why we are here today, looking for a way to mend the broken calabash.
So please, I would like to also buttress this point that I was trying to make the other time, that girls actually listen to their fathers, because most times they are closer to their fathers. And, you know, it's odd that the father actually didn't come in at any point in time knowing what was going on. How come the girl, because normally a girl child, whether you are married or you, if something is bothering you,
you go to your father.
You go to your father. That is what, even when they are small, they go to their father. My daughters do that. They go to their fathers. At times, some things will happen, and somebody, I will say, I don't know, they must have told their dad. So this girl was having issues. She didn't go to the father. That means even the relationship with the father, there's a problem. So what I'm trying to, well, I know we're trying to provide solution to this particular marriage, but I think this should be a wake-up call to fathers, because part of the, you know, the reason for this program is want there to be a change in the society. Fathers, please play your role, because if you don't play your role properly at the time that you're supposed to play it, it's as, you know, a rippling effect. And this is one of the effects that we are talking about today. So it's not like I just want to heap blames on the father, but I just want us to just look at it this way, that fathers, they need to play their role. I'll come to the mother, but the fathers need to play their role in the society.
I must agree with you that men need to be more involved in homekeeping. But you see, a question keeps striking my mind. Why do we think that in the home there's usually a conflict between the mother and the female
Before
child?
we answer that question, let's quickly go on a very short break. Welcome back from that short break. Sunkanmi, you were saying?
Yeah, I was just viewing the situation in the home.
Okay.
Because I was about asking the question that why do we have that conflict between the mother and the female child in the home? I'm coming. Because you find out that most of the time the mother and the female child are at home together. The mother tries to inculcate certain values in the female child. There are expectations from the female child in the home, and in most cases there are always resistance because the female child do not want to do with them. And in most cases, when the father comes, out of trying to play politics, I want to call it that, out of playing politics, they try to cling to the man. But the truth of the matter is, if a woman is upright in the home, the man has less problem. Because the woman is the owner of the home. She's the director in the home.
Yeah.
And she's the one that takes care of the activities in the home.
Yeah.
So if a woman has that moral standing and she's able to enforce her wills, then she will get things done in the home. I
want to differ a little bit.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with moral standing. It is
Inherent.
biological. That the girl naturally tilts towards the father.
And the boys naturally does what?
To their
Why
mother.
are we not having this problem with men?
The men, you see,
they are brought up, I'm coming, they are brought up under the same roof.
Yeah, they are brought up
And
under
the
the
men
same roof.
grew up to become
Men.
the best.
So we women, we grow up to become
No, we are talking about this case. We are talking just about this case. We are just discussing this
So,
issue.
but you know,
There are men that would have grown under this same roof. And if she cared to mention about them, I want to believe they'll be doing good in their various
Yes,
endeavors.
because the man does not want to hurt the mother. The man goes out of his way to make his mother happy.
And that's why
The
we
man
have
sees the mother
so many
as
problems.
his role model.
Yeah.
That I want to marry a woman like my mother. The man is always saying something positive about the mother. But the girl child, jealousy. Kilode. So, and she has already tied her father around her little finger.
You know, I said politics.
Politics, no.
I
Láti
said
kékeré
politics.
láti ń ṣe politics.
Politics in the home.
So the father is left for the father to strike a balance. Like that blind woman, when you get to court, that is holding, that is blind.
That's only the sword.
World, yes, and the scale.
Yeah.
In this case, the father, let's call a spade a spade. The father is the one that has failed this girl more than the mother. The mother, because a man who is in charge of his home can always put us in our places. Ojú ni kan tọkùnrin bá gbé fún ẹ, wàá mọ̀ bó ṣe máa jókòó dáadáa. Because the man will come and tell you, sọmọdé ìbá bàjẹ́. Tiẹni. And that's why you men, you always say, ọmọ màmá ẹ̀ ni, ọmọ tó bá da títa ni, ọmọ bàbá ẹ̀.
Agatha, I will speak Yoruba here. Ọlọ́run akọwà mọ̀ṣe.
Amen.
Because a woman in the home.
I don't like that.
I'm sorry, a woman in the home. If a man is not careful, he'll be shot in the leg.
Moji,
The truth is,
what you should tell us.
the truth is, a man must play that balance. I agree with you. But in most cases, children are known better by their mom.
Of course, naturally. I can
They are
always
known
tell
better
you
by
what
their mom.
my children can do, even before they take that step.
They are known
Better.
But
by their mom.
sir, I'll still rest on my points. The girl child looks up to her father. That is just the
Every
thing.
child, sorry,
No.
madam.
We are women,
Child,
we were
every
girls.
child copies the footsteps of the parents.
Yes.
I want to tell you
I don't
categorically
want us to be
that
biased
the
about
girl
whether a girl
child
or a man or a boy.
No.
You see, in a family setting, madam, in a family setting, the two of them are partners in
progress.
Are you getting what I'm saying? If there are no divisions between them,
They become impenetrable.
then the
Cannot
children cannot hide under any finger. And that's what we should encourage people to do. Let there be unity
in
in
the
the
home
home.
front.
Let the husband and the wife. And that was why God gave explicit instructions about it. Man, love your wife. And woman, respect
Your
your husband. If there is mutual respect in the home, then the wishes of the man will not be circumvented. And at the same time, the wishes of the woman
Will be
will be given
respected.
priority. So I think if these two were matched together in this family and they have lived with it, then we won't have this conflict. The blame is for the two of them.
That's saying the blame is between the.
It's for the two of them.
Yeah,
the
of
parents.
course.
The
I'm
parents.
not really
Well,
blaming the man alone.
Since we're running out of time, Moji, your last take.
Well, I will talk to this. I would like to say to this young lady, whatever happened in your between your father and your mother, that is their own marriage. If you really want to stay in this marriage, I think you need to retrain yourself. They have trained you to the best of their abilities. Your mother trained you to become a domineering woman. The father trained you to become somebody that doesn't listen to, that will not listen to her husband. But you have to retrain yourself. Yoruba people will say, you have to retrain yourself. That is, if you are ready, if you really want to stay in a marriage, not even with this man, if you want to stay in a marriage at all, I think the man he may have his own little blame too, but then again, I would like to tell you, please retrace yourselves. This man has been kind to you by telling you he doesn't want an outsider inside your personal space. You think that because you are paying the maid should enter inside your personal space so that she can have access to your husband's undies. She can have access to your husband's clothes. She can have access to personal things of your husband, so she can take them and then do some things. And before you know it, you are out of the house, and the maid is the one that is the wife. So the man has tried for you. I'll really tell you the truth. He said you should make his food, and you are angry. Please, young women out there, marriage is not a joke. And then this new thing about you are you are working and I'm working. You just have to know how to. You are not the only one that has ever worked. You just have to apply wisdom and know how to put the two together. You're working, you have a baby. You have to know how to put everything together. So please, retrain yourself.
Kevin.
The last thing I want to just comment about is the lack of wisdom displayed by the lady. Another thing she delved into was listening to and comparing her marriage with her friends. Two things can never be the same. She needs to look inwards. Monitor your own. Yoruba will say, monitor gbati. Monitor your own home. Don't compare yourself with another person. And I pray that she will be able to retrace back her steps, and she will keep her marriage if she listens and she's ready to retrain herself. Thank you.
Tinuke, I hope you are listening to this program. If you want this home to succeed, you have to learn to be deaf, dumb, blind to the fault of your husband. No two marriages are ever alike. You have to learn to patent your marriage. A wise woman builds her home. A wise woman does not go out exposing the weakness in her own home. You will be surprised that friend you think the husband is serving breakfast. She is the one that will wake up at 5 o'clock to do everything. Friends are dangerous. Keep friends away from your home. Do not pattern your home after that of your mother, because your mother's marriage is not the ideal marriage. A wise mother will not come into your home to tongue-lash your husband. Does she want you to succeed in that marriage, or she wants to throw you out? So learn to listen to the words of wisdom. Go back to the drawing board. Call your husband. Sit down and discuss with him that, darling, I am sorry I called my mother in. But these are the things I do not like. Your husband appears to be a very reasonable man. He will listen to you. Build your home. Be blind to everything that is happening in other people's home. Be deaf to evil counsel. Be patient, and above all, learn to pray. Because with God, everything is possible. Well, thank you. I want to thank you so much for having the time, the patience to wait until this time.
Thank you very much.
Oh, it feels, well, we have to go. But please keep the comments coming. We need you people to be part of this program. No man is an island. Wisdom. No man has all wisdom, even Solomon. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for having us in your space. Until next week, keep sharing, keep liking, and keep subscribing. Thank you.